Once again, I'm going to do an inside video today. Very much connected to transmutation, transformation, shedding, shifting today. I'm seeing a lot of like violet light and purple light this morning again, so this relates to Saint Germain and like alchemy, creation, shifting, ascension. Very much like the purple energy that you see is very much around ascension, but it's also around sort of like universal source energy. I see this around a lot of things. I see this within sort of like the ether, around sort of like plants and stuff like that. And it's very much sort of like a color where it starts to sort of like shift and sort of bring in higher frequencies. I feel like Saint Germain's really important at the moment, as it brings in this energy of ascension and shifting as we start to sort of move. I'm also getting feelings this morning of very much when I was just walking home from being taking my wife to work. I usually go to work and walk my wife to work for like sort of like a mile up the road and a mile back, and it usually gives me some time to get into a sacred space, sort of like and start to really connect into that vibration. I woke up this morning. The energies of it have sort of increased. I feel like there's a shift in energy. I feel like my hands were buzzing. There was lots of energy flowing through me as a channel this morning, and I feel that's a shift again within the energy. As we start to develop spiritually, we need to start to sort of recognize these senses that we get and these impressions that we get as we start to open up to spirit. They work but through impressions. They work through shifts in energy, and I feel this is going on very much at the moment. How I feel within my body today is I feel very much like lighter and brighter, and I feel like my whole energy system is vibrating, and it is vibrating on a different level today. So I know there's been a shift in energy, and that's occurring at the moment as well. It feels like um, just light, bright energy, and I feel like my whole body is just like resonating with this at the moment. So I know that things are opening up. I don't feel the sort of like holding of the energy in my belly today, which is usually like very symbolic of like external 3D reality, where it's very much around like holding on to stress or anxiety, or holding on to energy that is very much like lower frequencies that start to sort of like shift and affect your vibration. Again, my third eye is moving and shifting, so I know there's clarity, there's insight, there's vision there at the moment. So I know that we're receiving sort of impressions and messages in that way, because my third eye is feeling like that. I also feel like today is a day of like clear communication today, and I feel that because my throat chakra is very open, and I feel this as I start to sort of connect into the energy. It's a day to be open. It's a day for communication. It's a day for sort of like expressing light, expressing energy. And again, this is shifting towards the 5D blueprint that I keep talking about, and this is going on. This is going on constantly, and this will be the journey for a lot of people at the moment that are sensitive and that are opening up, and all of us as spiritual beings. You start to feel this. This is the shift. This is like the shifting to a new energy. You start to feel your spiritual vibration, your spiritual light, and you start to feel it, and it starts to integrate, and it starts to feel like it's there in the moment, and you start to recognize it more. And again, this is a shift from 3D reality to a 5D reality, where you start to walk and express your light as a spiritual being. And again, it connects to this diamond energy, which is very much around this union and this integration. As we start to shift into this, um, I feel we've all got the tools at the moment. I feel this very very strongly at the moment, that all we need to do is just keep remaining in that sort of in that source energy, that spiritual light, that spiritual energy, and we're being directed. We're being directed all the time to connect into that. Is to let go of the external world. There's so much that we're getting caught up in to do with the 3D reality, which is the reality that's being shifted and dissolved. And this is what's happening with the planetary shifts. This is what's happening with the guides. This is what's happening with the masters at the moment. They're shifting us to a more spiritual reality, and this has been happening for sort of a long time. But also, the fact that we're also like we saw like spirit incarnated, like, you know, our souls come down, and this is the purpose. This purpose is that we awaken to this, that we awaken that we're these creative beings. And the fifth dimensional reality is very much around that. It's starting to use our energy, using our light in a way that we start to create a spiritual reality in the physical reality. And that's what will create the new blueprint, and the new blueprint for the planet, but also for our individual lives. Again, this is around universal law of oneness, which is about being aligned. It's about being aligned, you know, and it's about us daily taking the time and integrating and promoting and creating that union every day. It's about taking time to slow down. It's about taking time just to be in your own light. The fifth dimensional reality brings the highest outcome. So it's about harmony, it's about peace, it's about balance, it's about love. So you should, every time in your consciousness, you should be looking at the highest outcome. If there's a moment that comes in and you doubt, you fear, or there's a thought or something like that that comes in that shifts you to a lower frequency, then you know that you've gone back into 3D reality, because the 5D reality is not around that. It's about harmony, it's about balance, and it's about a place of peace. And that's how you know when you're in 5D reality, because it's a peaceful place. It's a place where you exist and you vibrate, and it's not about sort of worry or doubt or fear. It's about a place of trust. And a lot of this process is about letting go. It's about letting go of, not necessarily of old patterns, but it's letting go of things that you become attached to. And when you let go of those, then you start to release. And this is also about this sort of like 5D blueprint, about stepping back into your power and taking back that power. Now, power in that way, in spiritual reality, I'm not talking about power as you know, having power, you know, I'm powerful. It's not like that. It's like a realization. It's a realization that you as a spiritual being, and you know, when they talk about something like the I am presence, which is this sense of like your spiritual energy, your spiritual light, and it's realizing that you can use that to create and manifest, attract things. And you know, there's an infinite source of abundance in your life, and this is all about the 5D blueprint. And I feel this is what we're being sort of directed to. We're being directed to awaken and to start to be in a place where we start to realize as a spiritual being that that's what we can do. We can manifest and create and attract in our lives. But you can only do that from the highest outcome. It's from a place of peace. It's a place of harmony. It's a place of balance. An unbalanced place you never create from. What you end up doing is you reflect out there. And also know that if there's any kind of things that are creating within yourself where you shift your vibration, or at that moment that you shift to a lower frequency, then you're projecting out there, and that's the reality you're creating. The two realities need to be in harmony. They need to be in balance. And this is what the 5D blueprint's about. It's about being in balance and harmony, but it's about knowing, again, this, when I keep talking about this this ability to shift and to create at will, is like one of the awakening sort of tools that we're being given at the moment. And this is where this sort of like dissolving and transformation and transmutation comes from. Transmutation for me is understanding your spiritual light, your spiritual energy, and being able to use that energy to transform. At any moment you can shift and change. Any moment at will you can change it into something different. And that's what we have. We have this 5D blueprint. We have this 5D blue building blocks with this new energy that's coming through, that we can shift our reality. We can shift our perspective, and all it takes is sort of like, is just again connecting and aligning with that light, that energy. You have the answers, you have the information, and you have the energy to shift anything. You know, and this is what I feel like the masters want to say, that this is a process, and you have the ability to do that. And I feel this is what the guidance is saying, and this is why transmutation is so important. But also, again, the universal law of correspondence is important, because we're spending time in that light. When you read the Angel of Atlantis cards, they talk about like retreat, going within. Well, that going within is this sense of being in a sacred space, being in that energy, that light, that source energy, where you can actually start to sit in it, and you can be energized, but you can also vibrate and create on that level and that frequency. Everything is light and frequencies, energy. Anything outside is just an illusion. It's like a fluid. It's like a fluid energy that can be shifted and changed at any time. That's that's how energy works. And this is what transmutation is. And energy in its form is just this ever evolving sort of vibrating sort of frequency. And as we start to use our consciousness in a way, we know that our consciousness can blend with that energy, that frequency, and it can be shifted and changed into a vision or a reality that we create. And this is how co-creation works, and this is like connects to the law of abundance and the law of attraction. So it's very much around that. It's about creation, but it's also about being in that light. I feel like the vibrations are shifting and changing every day, and you're the one that has the ability and the free will and the choice to change it. I feel this every day. My problems or my sufferings that I go through are through my own consciousness, my own like frequency. If my energy is not aligned, then I feel flat. I feel low. I feel sort of like drained, but that's through what I'm projecting. The universe is only reflecting back what I'm projecting, what I'm creating. So there is no barriers. There is no, but there are no sort of blockages. That is just opportunity, and each moment you have the ability to shift that. And I can't sort of emphasize that enough, because this is what the guides are saying, that this is what we need to do. You need to be in flow, and being in flow is being open to your own essence, your own energy, that infinite self, and then allowing it, and allowing that sort of flow to flow into your body, into your consciousness, and allowing it to flow outside, and then that creates a reality. And that's why the masters also say that all sort of like creation starts from within, because once you start to end up sitting in your center, in your energy, in your light, then you can start to be open and start to create a reality that resonates with you. But you also create a reality where you can shift and change it. Know that you're not caged, or you're not sort of like confided by anything. You only feel like that when you're in a 3D reality. When you're in a 5D reality, it's an infinite reality, an infinite reality of opportunity. So today is about creation. It's about transmutation. It's about transformation. It's about, again, using your will to shift and change anything. So this is a lot of our paths at the moment, that we need to open up, connect to it, and align to our spiritual energy and our spiritual essence, and then start to create a spiritual blueprint within our physical lives. And we all have the ability to do this. This is what the co-creation is about, and this is what the 5D blueprint is about. So thanks for listening. Please comment. I'm always open to questions. That's how the guides work with me. They've always worked with me on a level where if people pose questions, there's insight and answers that can come up. This is how I've worked with people before. Please post some questions, subscribe, and check out my Facebook page, the link will be below. Right, thanks for listening. Have a great day.